focusing on the city and settlement planning department and also on the work that we've been able to do in this particular region within our 3-day spell. On the first day, we were able to train the community on ways in which they can be able to engage each other in trying to create awareness and sensitization in relation to solid waste management within their regions of residence. And also on that similar day, we trained the community members, which includes the Kosovo residents, the Gitaduru residents, and also the 4B residents, on how they can be able to segregate the waste, either at plot level or at household levels. Coming to the second day, we were able to train the community on how they can be able to create wealth out of the solid waste that they currently produce with their neighborhoods. Taking an example of Madare region. Madare region has a total population of about 250,000 people. And if we try to estimate that each person can be able to produce close to 0.5 kg of waste per day. If you are able to estimate that particular calculation, it translates to waste being generated within Madare and informal neighborhood as close to 125 tons of waste being generated within a day. So we are trying to train these groups on how they can be able to transform the 125 tons of waste that is being produced into a day into wealth that they can be able to remit back to their respective households, so that they can also be able to create employment. They can be able to create jobs out of this particular waste. And what we are able to get from the community is that taka ni pato, which means that the solid waste that they do generate either at household level, either at institution level, can be able to create for them income. Coming to the third day, a mega day for us and also for the community. We are trying to sensitize the whole of Gitaduru community, the whole of 4B community, and also the whole of Kosovo community on best practices that can lead them into producing or co-generating a solid waste management model that is functional within this particular neighborhood. As SDA Kenya, we envision that we will not only focus on hospital ward as a region within Madare. We want to focus on most informal settlement, but within hospital ward, we want to set up a model that can be replicated within other wards in Madare neighborhood, and also can be replicated the remaining 157 informal settlements with Nairobi as a county.
A successful day, because what we've gotten to achieve is that we've been able to work with the CBOs that we currently work with. We've been able to issue them with tools. This is going to be very essential for them, because we are trying to ensure that our environment is clean.
Activity ilikuwa poa hizi siku tatu, manake tunataka kuweka hospital ward takataka free, kusiwe na takataka hospital ward.
Together with SDA and Kimisitu Foundation came together and formed kutengenezea forum na wakatufundisha kuhusu waste management, and they also taught us things about savings. Who come together as a group to form things like circles, and through that personally I got engaged and I got to know through waste management we can get to job opportunities pia kutokea hapo, na pia takataka ni pato. We should know how to segregate our waste, and we should know how to put our waste together so that we can get money out of them.
So, focusing on how this 3 days training is related to our work that we've been having. First of all, if you ask a person who is coming within an informal neighborhood not to deposit his waste in the river, the first question that you will ask is that, where do you want me to deposit the waste? And if you don't provide the solution, they will most definitely deposit the waste along the road. So we are trying to work on how the informal sectors can be able to co-design their own models for management of waste. And waste also relates to the river sources. Most of the waste that are being generated within the informal communities, they end up within the river banks. Why do they end up within the river banks? Because they don't have a definite solid waste management model. So our solid waste training for the 3 days is also related to our ecosystem-based adaptation planning. Here we are trying to revitalize sections of Madare and Gitaduru River. And we are working with the community members to propose for us certain interventions that can be used to revitalize those sections. And also it relates to our settlement-based adaptation plan, which we are having within Madare 4B as a neighborhood, on how Madare residents can be able to build on their adaptive capacity to respond to climatic risks and vulnerabilities that are being encountered within this particular neighborhood. So it was an important exercise for the community, and the community have been able to learn most of the best practices.
Through that we also tukakuja tukakuwa community engaged, na pia tuko na tournament yenye umetutengenezea. Tunajibamba pia, tuko pamoja, community imekuja tukakuwa pamoja, na pia tumelearn vitu mingi through that.
Alafu imekuwa tu smart, tumefurahia. Ile kitu nimelearn hizi siku zote, takataka ni do. Hata najua mahali ambapo sasa nikipata takataka napeleka.
And one thing I'm going to say is that I'm going to thank SDI, because honestly, if it were not for them, we would not have gotten where we are. We've worked as partners over time, and SDI has really come through, and it has really done its best to assist us, the Nairobi City County government. So we thank you so much, and we appreciate it.